All right, get ready because today we're going deep, really deep into the world of a creature that's as tough as it is glamorous.
I know, just the one.
The golden snub-nosed monkey.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously, who wouldn't be fascinated by a monkey with sparkling gold fur and a face that looks like it's constantly surprised?
That's true. They're absolutely captivating.
What we're going to uncover today is how these monkeys not only survive, but thrive in some of the harshest, most unforgiving environments on Earth.
Yeah, and it really is remarkable. We're talking about, high-altitude forests in China, shrouded in mist and snow.
Wow.
These aren't tropical rainforests,
Right.
teeming with fruit.
Not at all.
This is a landscape where survival takes a special kind of resilience.
So paint a picture for me. What makes these monkeys so uniquely adapted to this challenging habitat?
Well, let's start with that iconic snub-nose.
Okay.
It's not just adorable. It's a crucial adaptation for freezing temperatures.
Oh, interesting.
By minimizing exposed skin, they've significantly reduced their chances of frostbite.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then that luxurious, thick fur. It's like a built-in down jacket, perfect for those snowy winters.
So practical and stylish.
Exactly.
I'm sensing a theme here. And speaking of style, those vibrant golden coats of the males.
Oh, yeah.
Is there more to it than just looking good?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
In the animal kingdom, visual cues often play a significant role in meat selection.
Uh-huh.
A vibrant coat could signal good health. A strong immune system, and abundance of resources.
I see.
All attractive qualities for a potential mate.
So it's like the monkey equivalent of a flashy sports car, a sign of status and good genes.
Exactly.
But beyond the bling, these monkeys are also incredibly social, living in these massive, multi-level groups.
It's huge.
Yeah. What's the social scene like in a 600-member monkey crew?
Well, imagine a bustling city.
Okay.
But instead of skyscrapers, it's towering trees.
Right.
Within this monkey metropolis, you have these smaller family units, each with a dominant male, several females, and their offspring.
Oh, wow.
And then you've got the bachelor groups, males who haven't yet established their own families.
So there's definitely a hierarchy here.
Hmm.
What's it like to be the top monkey in a group that big? Is it all about brute strength?
Well, while physical strength is important, especially for males competing for dominance, it's not the only factor.
Okay.
Social intelligence, the ability to form alliances, and even age and experience
How would you say?
all play a role in determining an individual's rank within the group.
So it's more about political maneuvering than just being a muscle-bound bully.
Exactly.
I'm guessing communication plays a huge part in maintaining this complex social structure.
Absolutely. They have a remarkably diverse vocal repertoire.
Really?
Forget the simple ooh, ah stereotype.
Right.
We're talking about specific calls for different types of predators, distinct vocalizations for various food sources, and even calls that seem to convey emotions.
Wow, that's way more sophisticated than I imagined. It's like they have their own dialect. And speaking of social interactions, I've heard that grooming plays a huge role in their life.
Oh, it's massive, yeah.
Is it really?
It's not just about hygiene. It's their social currency.
No.
It's a way to strengthen bonds, reduce tension, and reinforce those all-important social hierarchies.
So it's a bit like a spa day mixed with a networking event and a subtle display of power dynamics.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize that these monkeys are much more complex than their adorable faces might suggest.
Well, absolutely.
And we haven't even gotten to their diet yet.
Right.
Remember, they're surviving in a harsh environment where food can be scarce, especially during the winter months.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not all bananas and mangoes up there in the mountains.
No.
So what are these monkeys eating to fuel their fabulous lifestyle?
Well, in the warmer months, it's a relative feast.
Okay.
They enjoy a variety of leaves, fruits, and flowers.
Nice.
But when winter sets in, they switch to a much tougher menu. Bark lichen, buds, things most primates wouldn't touch.
That's some serious adaptation right there.
Oh.
They make Bear Grylls look like a picky eater. But how do they extract any nutrients from something like lichen?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Golden snub-nosed monkeys have evolved a specialized digestive system,
Okay.
including a multi-chambered stomach similar to that of cows.
What?
This allows them to break down those tough plant fibers and extract essential nutrients that would be inaccessible to other primates.
So they've basically turned themselves into mini furry ruminants. That's incredible. It seems like every aspect of their being, from their physical appearance to their social interactions and their gut bacteria, is perfectly tuned to survive in this extreme environment.
It really does, and it highlights the power of natural selection.
Yeah.
And yet, even with all these remarkable adaptations,
Wow.
they're facing an even greater challenge.
Right, we can't forget about the human impact on their habitat. So before we dive into the threats they face and what's being done to protect them, let's take a moment to appreciate just how extraordinary these monkeys are. They're a testament to resilience, adaptability, and the intricate beauty of the natural world.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of the golden snub-nosed monkey.
It's great to be back.
Before the break, we were just marveling at their incredible adaptations to their high-altitude home.
Yeah.
But you mentioned a new challenges.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on the human impact on these monkeys and their habitat?
Yeah, it's a complex issue with several layers.
Okay.
Deforestation is a major threat,
Right.
as forests are cleared for timber agriculture and development.
Yeah.
Imagine their home being carved up into smaller and smaller fragments.
Great, like islands of habitat surrounded by a sea of human activity that must make it difficult for them to move around and find resources?
Exactly. This fragmentation not only limits their access to food and mates, but it also isolates populations,
Oh, wow.
leading to reduced genetic diversity and increased vulnerability to disease.
So it's not just about having enough trees, it's about having enough connected forests for these monkeys to thrive long term.
Precisely. And then there's the issue of poaching.
Right.
While it's been significantly reduced thanks to conservation efforts,
That's good.
it still poses a threat. Their beautiful fur has historically been highly prized,
I can see why.
and they've also been targeted for use in traditional medicine.
It's heartbreaking to think that these incredible creatures are still at risk from human exploitation. So what's being done to protect them? Is there hope for the future of the golden snub-nosed monkey?
There is definitely hope.
But...
Conservation efforts are underway, and they're showing positive results.
Okay.
One key strategy is the establishment of protected areas like national parks and nature reserves.
Oh, that's great.
These areas act as safe havens, safeguarding both the monkeys and their habitat.
That's encouraging to hear, and I've also read about the positive impact of ecotourism. It's not just about raising awareness, right? It also brings in much-needed funding for conservation efforts.
Yeah, ecotourism can be a powerful tool when done responsibly.
Right.
It allows people to experience the wonder of these monkeys in their natural environment,
Yeah.
fostering a sense of appreciation and connection. And the revenue generated can be directly channeled back into conservation programs, research, and community development.
So it's a way to create a sustainable model where conservation and local communities can benefit. That's fantastic. But all these conservation efforts wouldn't be possible without understanding the monkeys themselves. What role does research play in protecting them?
Research is absolutely crucial. The more we understand about their behavior, their needs, and the threats they face, the better equipped we are to develop effective conservation strategies.
So it's about going beyond just observing them. It's about delving into the science behind their survival. What are some of the key areas of research?
Well, scientists are studying everything from their social interactions and communication to their diet and habitat. They're using GPS collars to track their movements,
Wow.
analyzing their DNA to understand genetic diversity, and even studying their gut microbiome to learn how they digest those tough plant fibers.
It's like putting together a detailed map of their world, their family trees, and even their inner workings, and all of this information can be used to inform conservation efforts.
Absolutely. It helps us identify critical areas for protection, manage human-wildlife interactions, and even predict how they might respond to future environmental changes like climate change.
So it's not just about saving them today, it's about ensuring their survival for generations to come.
Exactly. And we can't forget about the importance of involving local communities in these efforts.
Right.
They are the ones who live alongside these monkeys, who have a deep understanding of the local ecosystem and who are most affected by conservation decisions.
It makes sense to empower those who are closest to the issue. How are local communities being included in conservation efforts?
Well, they're involved in everything from monitoring monkey populations to managing ecotourism initiatives. They also often possess a wealth of traditional knowledge about the monkeys and their environment, which can complement scientific research and lead to more holistic conservation solutions.
It's about bridging the gap between science and traditional wisdom, finding common ground and working together towards a shared goal. And when it comes to the golden snub-nosed monkey, that goal is about more than just protecting a single species, right?
You're absolutely right. These monkeys are what we call a flagship species.
Okay.
Protecting them means protecting their entire ecosystem, the forests, the other plants and animals that share their habitat, and the vital ecological services that these forests provide.
So it's about recognizing their interconnectedness with the entire web of life.
Precisely. They're like a golden thread woven into the tapestry of biodiversity, and their presence enriches not only their environment, but also our understanding of the natural world.
And speaking of enrichment, before we move on, let's delve a bit deeper into the social lives of these monkeys. We touched on their complex social structure earlier, but I'm curious to learn more about what it's actually like to live in a monkey metropolis.
Well, imagine a constant flurry of activity, a symphony of calls and chatter, and a complex dance of social interactions playing out in the canopy.
Sounds a bit chaotic.
It's a fascinating world of alliances, rivalries, and family dramas, all against the backdrop of those stunning high-altitude forests.
It sounds like a reality show I'd definitely binge watch. So tell me more about the social dynamics within these groups. What are the rules that govern their interactions?
Well, one of the most fascinating aspects is their communication.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're wrapping up our exploration of the golden snub-nosed monkey, and I'm still in awe of their ability to thrive in those harsh
It
conditions.
really is remarkable.
Their social loans are fascinating.
We are.
But what about their day-to-day survival? What helps them to navigate their challenging world?
Well, one key factor is their incredible agility. I mean, picture them
Oh, wow.
leaping across these huge chasms, scaling sheer cliffs, and navigating dense undergrowth
I can't even imagine.
with effortless grace.
Wow.
Their strong limbs, their prehensile tails that bounce. It's amazing. They're like the acrobats of the primate world.
So it's not just those cute noses and fluffy coats.
No.
They're built for action. But agility alone can't protect them against predators like leopards and birds of prey.
Right.
What other defenses do they have?
Well, their senses are incredibly sharp.
Okay.
Their eyesight and hearing are finely tuned to detect even the slightest hint of danger.
That's important.
And of course, let's not forget the power of living in those large groups.
Oh, right. Safety in number.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Multiple sets of eyes and ears make it much harder for predators to sneak up on them.
And I imagine their social structure plays a role in defense, too.
Absolutely.
Having a dominant male leading the group must provide some sense of security.
It does. The dominant male is often the first to spot potential threats and will even confront predators directly.
Wow. So he's like the head of security, constantly on alert.
Exactly.
But beyond physical defense, their social intelligence must also be crucial for survival.
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
Well, their complex communication system isn't just about warning calls.
Right.
Remember those distinct calls for different types of food? That's vital information to share, especially in a harsh environment where finding food can be tough.
So their social bonds aren't just about grooming and hierarchy.
No, not at all.
It's also about sharing crucial information.
Exactly.
It's amazing how intelligence and social behavior can enhance survival.
It really highlights the power of natural selection.
Yeah, so their story is incredibly inspiring, but their future is intertwined with our actions.
Yeah.
So what can we do? What are the most impactful ways to support their survival?
I think supporting organizations that are working to protect them is key.
Right.
There are some amazing groups on the ground doing incredible work.
Like what kind of work?
Well, everything from research to conservation to community engagement.
So even a small donation could make a difference.
Absolutely. Every bit helps.
And we can all play a part in our daily lives too, right?
Of course.
By being more mindful of our consumption habits and supporting sustainable practices.
Exactly. Every action we take has a ripple effect.
Wow.
Reducing our environmental footprint, advocating for responsible policies, and spreading awareness about these issues. It all adds up.
It really highlights how interconnected we all are
We are.
and the power we have to shape the future of these amazing creatures.
It's true.
They're not just monkeys in some far-off land.
No?
They're symbols of resilience and beauty,
Absolutely.
and it's up to us to ensure they have a thriving future.
Their story reminds us that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way. And it's our responsibility to make sure that way forward includes a future for the golden snub-nosed monkey.
What a powerful reminder. So to our listeners, if you've been as captivated by the golden snub-nosed monkey as we have, we encourage you to explore the resources we've provided
Yes, please do.
and share their story with others because their survival depends on all of us.
It really does.
And it all starts with awareness, understanding, and commitment to making a difference.
Every voice counts. Every choice matters.
Beautifully said. And with that, we'll say goodbye for now, but keep exploring, keep learning, and stay curious until next time on The Deep Dive.